Homemade noodles for soup are simply pasta cut shorter for a good fit on your spoon and seasoned with perhaps a little more salt, comparable to bread. Here I'm adding 6 grams of salt to 300 grams of flour, and I'm using 1 egg and 100 to 130 grams of water. You could probably see that I've held back some of the water. For a chewier noodle, include the egg, and for a softer noodle, substitute the egg with more water. You'll be able to find the full recipe on the Breadtopia blog in weights, cups and teaspoons, and baker's percentages. Once the water is mixed into the flour, I use my hand to knead and pick up the dry flour around the bowl. If your dough is too dry to incorporate all of the flour, use a little bit of the reserved water. Once the bowl is clean, I transfer the dough to a flat work surface and knead it for 2 to 3 minutes. Now I'm going to wrap it and let it rest for about 10 minutes. After the dough has rested for 10 minutes, it feels more hydrated and softer. I knead it again for a few more minutes. The dough is probably fine at this point to have its long 30 to 60 minute rest, but I'm actually going to give it one more short rest and kneading, and this is what it looks like after that second round. Now I'm wrapping and letting it rest for 30 to 60 minutes. It's been about 45 minutes and we're finally ready to roll out and cut the noodles. Unless you have a really big work surface, it's probably easier to cut the dough in two and work in batches. The organic all-purpose flour in this dough is between 10 and 10.5% protein, but we've developed the gluten pretty extensively in this dough, so it's going to take some time to stretch it out. Here I'm using the rolling pin to evenly pull on the dough and stretch it. If you find rolling out the dough tiring, you can leave it for 5 minutes and it will relax enough that you will save some of the effort and achieve the same ends. I'm also a firm believer in perfection is the enemy of good, so this is not a perfect square. I'm dusting the dough with rice flour on both sides, which makes it extra non-stick, because we're going to cut the dough in strips, layer the strips, and then essentially cut 3 noodles at a time. It's up to you how thick you want your noodles to be. Just keep in mind that they do expand when they cook. It's a good idea to check that the noodles aren't sticking together before you cut all of them. You can always add more flour between the layers if they are sticking. This is how fast I wish I could cut noodles. Give the noodles a toss to separate them, and because it's fun. Here are the noodles from both halves of the dough on one baking sheet dusted with more rice flour. They're ready to be boiled for 3 to 5 minutes or be dried out or frozen for future use.